Hello guys, DJParson here, and I'm back with the next game of the International Championship. And if you take a look at the current standings of the Grandmasters League, we can see that Kofefe is on top right now. I'm in position 5 with 5 games completed. It's not looking too hot. Don't think I can. I mean, I could win if I win both 4-player games that I still have left. I could potentially still win, but I'm more orientating myself to the bottom. Fizzy not looking that strong. He has one 4-player game left. If he wins that, he could actually still climb out of that pit and not be relegated, but he definitely doesn't have the best position now. 6 games completed and only 6 points. Slick has 4 games completed and 6 points. I have 5 and 10 points, so it's going to be really close between me and Slick, I fear. This 4-player game is going to be very important. There's only 2 more games left. And we are in the end game now, so see you guys in the match. This game, I have the first turn. Let's see what we have as five leaders and wonders go. We see Bill Gates, Meyer and Einstein, computer leaders, Marlene, but Marlene, but no Pierre, no Chaplin. We see Hollywood, Red Cross can be very important, internet, space flights, or big space flight, and the computers leaders or something. Bach, but no Shakespeare. What is here? What can be good in 4-player games, especially? Gaudi, Napoleon, Robespierre, Suez Canal, but no Cook. Magic Castle, Universitas, Great Wall. Okay, Zizka is here. Gutenberg. Gutenberg, Barbarossa. Colosseum, Library, and Pyramids, pretty good. And then Hammurabi, Cleopatra. And my first decision is between Engineering Genius and Library. But with there being Pyramids, I mean, what is going to happen if I take the Engineering Genius? Then Slick is going to take Library and Confucius. Fizzy could take Colosseum, Cultural Heritage. Frotus takes Pyramids. Or Hammurabi and Richland or something. Do we get the Pyramids? But even if we don't get the Pyramids, we might be getting Acropolis. It's hard to pass up on the Engineering Genius in the first row. I think I'll just do that. There are other good wonders. The Pyramids. Acropolis is not horrible. I'm planning to get Pyramids now. If that doesn't work, I'll have to go for Acropolis, which is not ideal, but I still think it's okay. So grabbing the Engineering Genius here seems fine. Confucius for Slick. Fizzy will go for Hammurabi and Cultural Heritage. So we get either Colosseum or Pyramids. We do get the Pyramids, then Frotus goes for Richland and the Colosseum. So sadly I don't get Cleopatra as well. I mean I could take Pyramids and Cleopatra. Promise I don't elect Cleopatra, but with this play, next turn I can play Cleopatra and finish the Pyramids with the Engineering Genius and 3 resource protection. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, seems like a strong start. I will go with that. Right, I have 3 resources, 1 from Cleopatra, 2 from Engineering Genius. Means 6 resources, that Pyramids will be complete. I don't have a free population, but I don't need that. They can't play politics yet, so that's no problem. Advantage of being first. And card draw, Historic Territory, and Tactic, the Legion. Slick will grab urban growth, do normal stuff, elect his leader. Fizzy also goes for Hammurabi, an extra mine, frugality, increase the population. No wonder he doesn't want the Acropolis here. Protests, Hippocrates for 2, okay, instead of the Homer. And now I can choose. Yeah, skipping politics. I don't have a free worker. Go for Cleopatra and just finish that pyramids. And probably just increase population. I mean, all of these are HA cards. I don't want to spend my civil action on an HA card. I have to popularization at some point anyway. It's good for all of the events. I want to have free workers, so yeah, this is an easy turn. And then we draw Reign of Terror on Barbarians. Barbarians can be good with pyramids. It doesn't give any culture, so that has potential. Development of politics. Alright. Slick will start building on the library. Locality and reserves. Okay. Fizzy will also open something. Trade routes. And Eleanor. And Forbidden City. Alright. First one of Forbidden City. If you can finish that soon. Extra civil action is always good. Development of crafts. A lot of extra stuff for everyone here. Nostradamus for green. Alright. Do I want to play something here? I have still a free worker. I could play Barbarians maybe. I won't be the one with the most culture, that's for sure. So Barbarians could be nice. Yeah, I think Barbarians here are pretty good. Oh, and Development of Religion means a free temple. And what else do I want to do? I mean, there's printing press, right? I don't have a second lab yet, so this is a good turn for printing press. There is Gaudi for synergy. Sadly no Shakespeare. But there's also still Leonardo. Leonardo could be very good. There's still a lot of good leaders. From H1, Zizka, Gutenberg, Leonardo, all of them pretty good. And this printing press allows me to spend extra resource from Cleopatra. And like this, I also get out of corruption. Next turn I can just build another printing press. I guess I just played the Barbarians. That might have been not the best idea. Maybe I should have looked first what I wanted to do. I could still be the one with the most culture if I continue with the printing presses. But I think that's still a good play. Barbarians aren't that easy to avoid. We have the medieval army. Not getting these knights. We could get the next knights. Yeah, not ideal. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Barbarians. Maybe could have played Reds. Oh well, I did, and we'll have to live with that. What do I want to keep? Maybe just the medieval army and the Reds. I could also keep the Legion if I don't get the Knights. There's 3 Knights left though, so I don't know if I need the Legion. But I might be getting Zizka, and the Legion has value. Let's just keep all tactics. And draw 2 new cards. What are they gonna be? Call to Arms, Aggression, not the best. Fizzy offered me a pact and I accepted. It was what is it called? We're gonna see it after this. So breakthrough for green. But yeah, green, no, blue offered me the trade routes agreement. I get to use resource as food, which I think is a good deal for me. I probably want to skip politics. I don't want to play the call to arms. And I have a pretty good turn, I would say. I can build 1 printing press. I can increase population. And I think I want to use that extra resource. I have a lot of extra resource from Cleopatra. And I will be getting the iron here. I mean, these are all pretty good cards. Iron, breakthrough. And I think the only decision is between Code of Laws and Knights. I mean, I guess I really want to go for iron next turn. So I spent my science already, and then maybe it's important to have Knights in hand. I can't get the Code of Laws next turn anyway. I do have the pyramids. Code of Laws still would be very, very good, but I think I need Knights. I have these early printing presses. I think I need to defend them. So getting iron, then I have resources and science. It would be great to get Leonardo. Could go for Zizka, potentially. I have the Legion still. But yeah, this seems pretty good. I would love to have the Code of Laws, but I think I need to spend my science on the Iron and Knights. Especially the Iron. I want to go for Iron next turn, upgrade 2 times. I have the breakthrough, so some extra science from that. But this seems pretty okay. Yeah, I mean, Code of Laws could also be good, but there's only 1 other Knight left. I have a good tactic with Knights. I don't want to be in a position where I can't defend. So I think Knights are more important here. We'll discard these cards again. I'm not sure which tactic I go for. If I get Zizka, I could just go for Legion, then I don't have to research the Knights. And if I go for Knights, of course, want the Medieval Army. And I will draw Rebellion and Strategic Territory. There's Gutenberg, he's not good for us anymore. So I'm hoping for Leonardo or Zizka. Development of a settlement opened by Slick. We have a monarchy, population, and he grabs iron and engineering genius. Is Fizz gonna take the... is it the last iron? So there's Forbidden City. And the fighting band for Fizzy Proteus. Also scientific breakthrough. 3 extra science for us. Very good. Alchemies for Proteus. And then let's see. Rebellion, strategic territory. I'm the weakest. I guess I'm not really the weakest. I'm one of the 2 weakest. Those barbarians, not looking so nice. I regret those barbarians. So maybe I should get stronger now. I could go for knights. Could go for a knight and play the tactic. I will have 5 strength. I mean, maybe that's just good for the barbarians and all. And being strong is in general a good idea. Do I wait for other leaders or do I go for Gutenberg? Gutenberg is too late, I think. I can still go for iron this turn. Upgrade once, grab the rich land. Don't think I want Great Wall here. And I will have population problems or happy face problems soon. But maybe... yeah, I think I like the rich land. Can upgrade next time. And yeah, I can't use Cleopatra here. I would have liked to use her maybe for the Universitas. And that could have been good. There's... yeah, maybe I get it next turn. And then this turn I could grab the urban growth. Not cultural heritage. I just spend a lot of science. I mean, I also produce a lot. So I don't know if I need the cultural heritage here. Could just go for urban growth. Maybe I have to go for another religion or something. Oh yeah, we also have the Christmas hats on. Forgot about that. What do we have? We have Zizka, Leonardo. Leonardo would be a lot better than Gutenberg. Yeah, I think it's too late for Gutenberg. Sadly, I can't use Cleopatra anymore, but I think getting up extra strength this turn is pretty good. Get the rich land, so some nice yellow cards. Good value from them. And then maybe next turn Universitas. I think this turn is fine. Get rid of the territory. I'm not drawing cards. Could still use the rebellion, potentially. And there's a pact between Selege and Proteus. The Borders, one of the best cards in H1 to have. Extra military action. Oh, and Zizka for 3 for silent. Does he have a tactic? Oh, he does. So he's putting up a lot of strength. Fizzy will go for knights for 3. Okay, yeah, goes for one of those. Also has the phalanx. And then Proteus goes for Code of Laws. Swordsman. Does he have a tactic? No. Yes, he does. Fighting bands of 5 strength. I'm the weakest now. Again, I don't like that. So I will be skipping politics here. And yeah, what do I want to do? I could just grab the warfare. I will have enough science for that next turn. And I like warfare in general. In 4-player games, there's only one strategy. And it's very unlikely that you get the strategy. So having the warfare for extra military actions can definitely be very good. Especially because I need them. I don't think I will be going for monarchy. I have 1 extra civil action, so also getting 1 extra military action will be pretty good. And yeah, I don't want to be the weakest. I could just build a knight. Problem is going to be population next turn. But I don't really know if I want to stay weakest. There's those barbarians. Yeah, and I'm still the one with the most culture, sadly. I could just... I mean, I need happy faces next turn. The age is gonna end. I'm gonna lose 2 yellows. I can increase population once, but that is not gonna help with population, not with happy faces. So I guess I'm hoping to get Brand Circuses. There is no pier, so not ideal. I could upgrade this with the rich land. That doesn't seem bad. I could go for Universitas. Build one stage, use Cleopatra. I mean, I'm gonna probably lose her. I'm still waiting for Leonardo, but he's pretty late. But I'm guaranteed to get him now, right? Fizzy has Eleanor, and the others have H1 leaders as well. So next turn I can get him. And like this, I will stay the weakest. There could also be rats. That could be a reason to increase population here. Maybe I should do that first. I can't really... Yeah, I have the rebellion, so having an unhappy worker doesn't pose a problem. And then I'll just have to hope for Brand Circuses and not losing the population to the barbarians. That would very much hurt. So something like this. Yeah, I could build another religion with my urban growth to use Cleopatra, but then I don't have enough happy faces anyway. So that's not ideal. Could grab the Universitas, but I think if I get Leonardo, I will have enough science. I don't want to spend another 9 resources on the Universitas. So I may just take another rich land. Drop with that next iron for cheap. And potentially I could, if I really need to, I could destroy philosophy next turn or something. And if I lose the population, if I need the happy faces, that could be okay. I think this is also fine. I'm not the weakest, so like that. Maybe Slick will play something. Maybe we'll get lucky and it's gonna be barbarians. One defend card. Don't really need that right now. And yeah, Leonardo's still not showing up. If I have to pay 3 or maybe 2, then I will wait for him. But we're gonna get him at some point. Again, I had to record some of the turns over Christmas on my phone, and we're gonna go through that together and see what I did. So just loading in, and looks like Slick went with the Universitas, Fizzy goes with Eleanor, Frotes will open the Heavy Cavalry, or 1 Science for All, and he goes for Himeji Castle, and 4th position, I like that quite a bit. So let's see what I do here. I skip politics. Rebellion isn't looking that good, so that makes sense. Besides that, what I'm gonna do is, yeah, warfare makes sense, getting extra military actions up. I am the weakest if you consider that Frotes has Nostradamus right now, so getting extra resource makes sense. I don't know about the Grand Circuses for 3, that is quite expensive. So yeah, I still could, I mean, of course I need a leader. Age is gonna end, so I probably have to go for Isabella here. She will also help with, I guess corruption is not a problem right now, but I may have to get a new leader anyway. I think my thought is that I want to use the extra resource from Cleopatra that is still there, and then maybe want to go for an extra urban building. But the age is going to end. I'm going to lose 2 yellow cubes, and then I'm going to have happy face issues. If I do it like this, that's what that's why I thought about the Brand Circuses, if I could go for that. And that would work. It really hurts to grab Brand Circuses for 3. Of course, I could delete the lab. Looks like I really want the strength. And it really sucks that Leonardo is so late. I would have liked to get Leonardo, of course. So that is kind of sad. Can't go for the warfare. I mean, I don't like going down to 2 iron only, but I have Isabella, so my resource production is still stable. So it looks like this is what I decide to do. And then I draw 2 cards. I'm the strongest now, that's nice. And I draw the Historic and Crusades. So, and then in the next turn, let's see what I do there. Slick opens 1 Science for All again, goes for drama or grabs the drama. Fizzy opens the Raiders. Fizzy and Frotes will lose resources each, or food, whatever they want. Frotes grabs coal, can upgrade his production. Yeah, and you see I have big happy face issues. I'm the strongest now, so I definitely think I'm gonna... am I not gonna play politics? I mean, Rebellion I maybe don't want to play. The Barbarians would be good. I'm not one of the weakest, so I have the most culture. I would not lose anything. Could just play the Crusades or something. Yeah, probably. Robespierre, yeah, sure looks interesting. The problem with this play is the uprising. I mean, it's looking promising, Robespierre in general, but this turn sadly doesn't work. Doesn't work out quite that nicely. Dark Ages, oh, that's 2 signs gone. That means Conmon is not possible at all this turn. So we'll have to find another play. And I need heavy phases, so yeah, building, upgrading one. I guess I should just build one. I need more heavy phases, so yeah, do that. Could take a new leader. Could go for, I mean, Gaudi is right here. Yeah, Gaudi will be quite the nice culture production. What I really need is food, so I also maybe could think about the irrigation. I don't know how much I like the drama. I don't have the pop to go for drama as well. And of course, if I do this, I want to go for Gaudi first. But save that science, that's really nice. And then build that. And I think I should grab the irrigation here. I should not go for the drama. I think I do it, but now that I see that, I really need more population. I don't have enough pop to go for extra dramas, so irrigation here. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do go for the irrigation. Looks like, yeah, looks like that's what I'm gonna do. Please stay with this. And I will. Okay, again, I have to discard 1 card. The Legion, don't need that one. And draw 3 new cards. I still have 10 resources, and then if I get irrigation soon, that will be nice. And then I draw Develop Territory and the Aggression. So that's all for these 2 turns, and the next one I'm going to be live again. Slick will go for Bach and can build one. Goes for cannons. Has some nice military technologies. 6 culture production now. Fizzy will reveal the barbarians. And I am one of the 2 weakest because Frotes has Nostradamus. So those damn barbarians. Okay, Fizzy goes for the scientific method for 3. That's quite expensive. And let's see, Frotes will open the wealthy territory. Let's see here. I mean, we don't really need resources, we need population. We'll have to destroy something because of the barbarians. And I don't really need more resources, I mean population. So I could send away 1, but I'm not gonna get it for 1. Frode is probably gonna bid for this. I could just pass this. Give no information. I mean, I could bid 2, but that is just information I give them. I'm not gonna win it for 2, so I'm just gonna pass. And Frotus will win this colony, the wealthy territory, and gets it for 1 swordsman and a card. We'll go with James Watt and Cole. Can upgrade 2 times, so that's not bad. Getting nice resources up. Can rebuild his strength. I'm the 2nd strongest here. I could definitely think about playing something. Those barbarians. Well, what would I play? Maybe Rebellion? Some of them don't have the most happy face. I guess I could play Rebellion here. Crusades, sadly not the strongest, but also not the weakest. And I'll have to destroy something here. I could just destroy the lab. I mean, that costs culture from Gaudi. Can't really destroy the religion and the happy face. So maybe it has to be the lab. I guess I could destroy the religion and not have happy face problems yet. Yeah, maybe this makes sense. I still need the science. Also, one interesting thing is, where do I get my food now? Do I go for selective breeding? It is pretty good to have the selective breeding. Then I don't get Conmon. I could... there's still another Conmon left. I could just use this to upgrade another one. Then I get 1 more population next turn. I would also like that Conmon very much. Sadly, I can't go for Robespierre. Yeah, the Conmon. I can't go for it next turn. Could do a revolution. If I do this. And I probably keep the rich land. Yeah. And then grab the Conmon, go for a revolution next turn. I really need more civil actions, so yeah, Colonial is great here. Maybe even with the revolution it's still okay. I probably will have corruption. Yeah, probably will have corruption. Maybe that's okay once for the Colonial. Then I still have 3 science production. That's not the most, but it's okay. I will get food production up. Resources also not looking too good, but it's okay still. We're still relatively early in age 2. So the other guys also don't have crazy resource production, so being at 4 isn't too bad. If I get population up soon and I can just build another iron, that could be good. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. Try to go for the Colonial next turn. I'm not the weakest. One of the 2 strongest even, so yeah. Get rid of the historic, yeah, probably both territories. I guess I could go for Suez Canal. I don't need both aggressions. Let's get rid of the plunder. There's not going to be happening any aggressions anyway. I don't think so. See what cards I draw. It's nice, of course, to draw 3. More territories. I mean, that could be a play. Try to get the navigation. Try to go for Suez Canal. That would also solve our resource production. But yeah, I don't know if I can go for that. There's a pact between Slick and Frotes. Slick will get extra resource. Frotes extra food production. Slick can finish the Universitas. Nice science for him now. Good culture. He's not looking bad. Fizzy goes with revealing something. Inhabited territory. Alright, alright. I mean, again, I don't see us winning this. Frotes is in front of us. So even if I send 3, that's the most I can do. And Frotes will definitely send away 1 swordsman, so he's at 4 already. Yeah, there's no chance, I think. I have to pass. Yeah, they go up to 7. And Frotes gets it. And the colony is won by Frotes. Fizzy will grab cannon, reserve engineering, or engineering genius. Goes for some science production, not bad. Frotes in last position. He's looking pretty strong here again with the Magic Castle finish now with good resource production. He's probably gonna get one of the selected breedings. Let's see for me here. I have a lot of colonies. Navigation could still be available, but that's some science I maybe can't spend. I'm the 2nd strongest, so I might play something. Yeah, I could play something, some of the colonies here. Which one would I be playing? Maybe science is the most important for me, so I could go for that. Okay, let's first see what I'm gonna do. I could just go for the Conmon Revolution. Then I have corruption, but maybe that's okay. Alternatively, I could grab scientific method and even go for that already. This and this. I mean, this upgrade is pretty nice. 7 science production. In 2 turns I will have the Conmon. Or next turn I do the revolution. It's a little bit trickier. And then I still could grab the opera. Have another technology or another urban building with Gaudi. And I don't need the Conmon right now. It's not a perfect revolution. Because it's with corruption. It's not grabbing a lot of good cards, especially Opera here is pretty nice. I get science up. I mean, like this I have good production. Resources are a little bit, yeah, not as much as I would have liked. But I still need happy faces, so getting 1 Opera maybe even next turn, who knows, will delay my science or will delay the Conmon a little bit more. It still could be nice. Yeah, maybe this, and then next I can increase population. That probably has to go for happy faces, and we will go for the opera. There's some science left. I don't think I will be grabbing or getting the breakthrough. Maybe a revolutionary idea or something to speed up the Conmon, but I like getting my production up this turn. I don't think I need Conmon right now. And it would be nice, but I have extra actions. I still draw 3 cards, which is important, so I don't need the Conmon for that. Yeah, and then there's a lot of good cards here that I want to grab. If I don't grab the scientific method, I will be stuck with very low science production, so I really like that. Also, there's Bill Gates, Sid Meier, Einstein. So getting the scientific method is pretty good here. Can get rid of the aggressions. I mean, I could still say I want to play something, play the developed territory. Let's do that maybe. I'm not the weakest, I don't have any big weaknesses. And it's another territory. Developed. I mean, extra science, I could use it of course. The problem is I don't have population, so if I even win this I go down to 7. I probably won't be winning this. I don't have the colonization cards. I can bid 3, but Frotus already has 3 with just the swordsman, he's even at 4. So I don't think I'm in contention for this. So maybe just... I mean, if no one wants it, I mean with 4, I can bid 2 or 3, but that doesn't matter. Frotus will have a minimum of 4 or 0, so it doesn't matter if I bid 2 or 2 or 3 or whatever. I can just bid 1. Don't give any information. I could just pass, but if no one... I mean, there's no way that everyone passes, so I could just pass, give no information. Maybe let's bid 1. That's also not a lot of information. And Slick wins it for only 3+. Frotus doesn't want it. Maybe he... Yeah, I guess he also can't really send something because he's at a bad position, would get aggressed or something like that. So yeah, Slick gets it for Swordsman. And then for me... I really like the scientific method play here. I can upgrade that one. I can upgrade the farm with the rich land, so that's nice production, and then even get the opera. Yeah, don't need the Colonial right now. Could do revolution next turn, but that will give corruption once again. But I think it's important that I get my food production up, some more science. What I really need is more resources, so maybe if I can get one of the rich lands... Oh no, there's... The rich land is already gone. Maybe with an efficient upgrade I could build a mine and then upgrade it. But yeah, don't think 4 resource production will be enough. The other guy's starting to get more and more. So building another iron at some point would be nice. Suez Canal doesn't really give more options to me. So yeah, I really want one population 3 that I can use for the iron, but that's going to take some time. Anyway, I think this will be the turn for me. Can get rid of the annex probably and the vast territory. Draw 3 new cards, see what they are. They're going to be more territories and the fortifications. That's not perfect for me. I already have a lot of units. I could send some away for colonies if I get the last cannon. And then I could still go for the sewers. With the autonomous in hand, that is an option. That would give me resource production. So I could try to maybe go for the Suez Canal. Maybe win 1 more territory. I put 1 more in. Send some armies away. Can rebuild the fortifications. That could be a plan. New deposits come out. 4 resource fast. The others get a lot more. That's not that good for us. Justice system for Slick. Selective breeding as well. Can upgrade once. Yeah, only once. But it goes up to 12 strength as well. Strategy on 1. Pretty sure that's gonna get picked soon. National Pride. Slick has the most. Gets 5 extra. And yeah, Fizzy will take the strategy. Just go for it. Catherine. Finish the ocean. Finish the Kremlin. He's also looking strong. Copies the tactic. 14 strength. Frotus will go for Cavalryman. And another one. He also wants strength. And oh, he reveals the classic army. That's quite important. And that definitely means I have to grab the rifleman. I mean, yeah, the fortifications is a really hard transition, so I don't think I want to do that. The first card is either the rebellion or something we don't know. The rebellion wouldn't be a problem right now. So I could play one of these territories. Maybe the wealthy territory. Could probably play that. Yeah, let's go for that one. We reveal the rebellion. Doesn't hurt anybody. And now I definitely think I have to grab these riflemen. We have nationalism also looking very important. Could go for Suez Canal. I have the resource, but I still can't finish it. Yeah, missing 1 civil action to finish it. Then it could actually be really good. Get the autonomous territory. But I think I have to grab the Rifleman here. And looking at the strength, I don't want to lose a yellow cube to Fizzy, so maybe I just have to go for the Rifleman. Upgrade 2 times. Get up to 15 strength, this way I can defend. I'm not one of the 2 weakest, that's nice. And then next turn I can copy the classic army. And yeah, I need resource, so Wave of Nationalism looks pretty good. The revolutionary idea is also not looking bad, but I think, yeah, the wave here is probably going to be quite important. I could do revolution next turn with the Conmon. That would be possible. I can increase population now. Maybe I should do that. Would be great to have one more happy face or something. I mean, okay, with this I mean, yeah, the problem is I'm gonna lose 2 yellow cubes to the end of the age, and then I have big happy face problems. I guess I potentially could not take the wave, but increase population and build another theology. This way I can go for the Conmon next turn with the revolution. 4 resources is not that nice though. That is not that much. And the wave would be very important, but I guess this also is important, because then I get the Conmon next turn without having an uprising. And yeah, I lose the irrigation, that's no problem. And besides that, I mean, next turn would be maybe a very nice turn to do the revolution. I can do revolution, spend some military actions on the classic army. So getting the extra military actions from the Colonial will be quite nice for that turn. So I still draw enough cards. And yeah, then I probably will have corruption, which really sucks. But I guess there's nothing to do about that. There might be a territory. If I win the developed territory, that could mean I don't go for the revolution. But setting up like this looks good in general. I need happy faces. Theologies are not the best way to get them, but I think they are necessary. Biggest problem is their high cost, 5 resource for that. And their efficient upgrade and wave here, those could be some resources that I desperately need. So I definitely think of the Rifleman, yeah. The Riflemen are gonna happen no matter what. Then I have 2 civil elections left. And I'm gonna have happy face problems next turn if I don't get 2 happy faces. So I could go for wave, efficient upgrade, and then go for the theology next turn, which of course means I can't do the revolution. And the efficient upgrade could be nice for multimedia, but I mean, it's also looking like a little bit of a strength game here that I have to defend. The wave is definitely nice for that. Maybe getting an air force for free, or almost for free at a later point. Yeah, I guess I'm so starved for resources, and this also leaves me with no corruption right now, so I guess I'll have to go for this. There's a very slim chance the age won't end, and then I can still go for the Conmon revolution. Could these be reds? Those could be reds. That would be a big problem. And that was played by green, and green has no food. No food by green. That could be an argument to say do it the other way, because he definitely could have played the reds if he had them. Yeah, I don't want to run into the reds, yeah. Tricky turn, definitely, but let's go with this. Spend our food. I need the population. And I also need the resource, but you can't get everything. I'll go with this. Can probably discard this tactic now, and the aggression. Keep the autonomous, maybe I can plant that. Maybe I draw more colonization cards and know the Cold War. But yeah, at least we're not one of the 2 weakest. And Slick will go for some pro sports. More strength for him, goes up to 16. So he also gets stronger than Fizzy, so he can't go for Catherine's ability. He will pick up the Rifleman. Looks like everybody is ready to go for that classic army. Speaking of which, Frotes is the strongest because of that. He will reveal the knowledge of the ancients. 3 extra science for us. No, 2 only for us. 3 for the other guys. Busy scores an extra resource. Conmon, revolutionary idea, cannons, urban growth, frugality for 3. Okay, yeah, gives him extra population next turn. And the age will end right here. Trade routes agreement expires. I'm the weakest, so I don't like playing something. Also, I don't have a good position to go for the developed territory. I mean, just go for the common revolution now. These cards aren't that much value. These are H2 cards that I don't need anymore. So maybe just go for the revolution. It's a clean turn. It's a clean turn. Can then copy the classic army. Still draw 3 cards, as we said, so perfect. I don't need journalism. I don't need organized religion. I could use architecture, but I don't have the science. Don't need a wonder. Not a lot of yellow cards. Those would be very important because I don't have good production. So yeah, this is a perfect turn to go for revolution. Draw 3 cards, maybe some impacts. No. Oh yes, we have the mechanized army. Can't really use that at all. Input of science isn't looking that great. I mean, possibly. And then input of industry is not looking that good either. So I guess I'm really hoping for early Bill Gates. Also good could be, I don't know, Gandhi. I don't know if it's Gandhi time already. But yeah, we are in defensive mode now. Same as Slick, but he has resources at least. So yeah, we have good culture at the start of H3, but resource production is really lacking, especially against Frotes here. Slick will go with architecture, efficient upgrade. Copies the deck, of course, goes up to 20 strength. Fizzy will yeah, finish the Statue of Liberty. Can't grab the democracy. He has 17 science next turn, so maybe would have liked that. Frotes, so there were air forces here, but first the population of science 4, 5, 4, 6, not really changing a lot. And yeah, he grabs air force for 3, very usual to see that. And then he goes for some extra strength, probably so there's no steal from Catherine. I could think about playing politics here. I don't know what I would be playing. I could go for Emperor of Science. But I guess I really don't have the resource to go for computers, something like that. Also, I'm the weakest, but I guess that probably won't change. I'm definitely gonna grab an Air Force. I need that. That is so good with the classic army. Just 1 Air Force is a big boost. Could also grab the revolutionary idea because I need science. Then I have corruption. I also like going for an extra iron. I still need a lot more resource. I think this could be okay. Going for the extra iron. I have that population now. And then maybe urban growth. The urban growth, maybe next turn I go for the opera. I am weaker than Fizzy, but I guess I hope that Slick will get stronger. And then Fizzy can't use Catherine efficiently, because 2 players have to be weaker. And then maybe he doesn't, because he doesn't get anything, so he would just do that to take 1 away from me. And even then, I will have enough food next turn to maybe go for that 1 opera. Maybe phase is gonna be a problem at some point, so maybe I need a theology soon. But I think I like the extra iron here. Oil would be even better, but that's on 3. I can't really grab it on 3 because I can't go for it this turn. If I had more science, I could maybe go for oil. But I also really need to grab the air forces. In a classic army battle, and everybody of us is on the classic army, air forces become really, really important. So I definitely need that air force. Yeah, and then this is the turn, I think. I don't think I want to play politics. Of industry, it's okay now, but there's oil. The others could go for oil. Slake has enough science, has efficient upgrade. He is probably gonna grab the oil. That's really early oil. So he grabs that, develops, upgrades 2 times even with efficient upgrade. Fizzy could also, but I guess he wants to select breeding first. But I definitely expect Slick to go for the oil here. And then an input of industry will be worse. And don't want to play Cold War or anything, so just get rid of the tactic. There's no way I'm going to use that. And see what other impacts I can draw. Maybe some better ones I can also play. Progress doesn't seem that great. Shock Troops has potential, but also isn't that much better than what I have right now. And War of Culture has potential as well. That can be nice. Sleek will go for an extra swordsman. Go up to 22 strength. So yeah, Fizzy probably doesn't use, yeah, he doesn't use Catherine, would not give him anything. Emigration doesn't hit any discontent worker. And then Fizzy, oh, he's gonna go for Modern Army. This could be a heavy strength game again. Patriotism, he doesn't have population right now, but still, he just needs something. International tourism is really nice for Frotis and Fizzy. Extra culture production for both of them. Frotis will go with modern infantry. There's Gandhi. I could just go for Gandhi, I think. I'm really afraid of what these guys are doing. When I do have air forces, I can go for them, but yeah, what do I do here? I could go for air forces. I could go for opera. And then maybe Gandhi. Could also go for military build-up. Then I have the military actions. But I don't really have the population. I mean, I'm the weakest, but yeah, defending is relatively easy. I don't know if I can just go for Gandhi. It will cost 2 culture production. But I still have 9 culture production like this. And then I could even go for, oil and vision upgrade. I could go for oil in general. I have Input of Industry, that could be good. Yeah, let's first play politics, I think, then we can decide even better what we want to do. And yeah, industry should be nice, I think. It's looking already okay, and I can get oil and a vision upgrade just like that. I think I could do that. So play the Input of Industry. Arms Industry, we don't get anything extra. Only Frotis and Fizzy, they have a lot of high level cards. But I think the opera here is quite nice. I need happy faces. It's also nice for the urban growth, and then Gandhi to make aggressions pretty hard. They're in a stage where they want to draw a lot of cards, even Fizzy, and I can defend against Fizzy. He has enough for war, but he can't really go for war right now. I guess he has patriotism, but still, I am still not weak. I have Air Force. I can just go for 1 Air Force for a big boost. After that, I need a lot of strength, or I need a lot of population to get up my strength. I think here I can go for oil and vision upgrade. Go for that next turn. Might be a little bit too late. Would be great to get military build-up, but I also really want that opera. And that could be the alternative. Maybe still develop the opera with Gaudi. Then go for Gandhi. And military build-up. Oil, but then I have corruption. Yeah, I like the other play. I think I like the other play. One problem is if I go for oil, I can't go for air forces after that, but that's 2 turns in the future. I think oil is nice here. I think the rest is also good. Also good for variety, for culture. Makes it impossible for Slick to go for war, probably. Frotis has some military actions. But as I said, if they want to go for an aggression, that's also going to be really costly for them. So maybe the Gandhis are very good in that, so I can get rid of the war. And the territory probably, yeah. And see if I draw any other nice impacts. No, 1 more war, so at least the other guys don't have that one. Progress is not looking that good right now. Could still be nice, and science also doesn't look that good. And Slick will go with an extra army, 34 strength for him, military build-up. Okay, 7 culture production. Fizzy tries an aggression. Oh, I'm not afraid of aggression from Fizzy. I can easily defend that. Can even keep my big defend card. That's very nice. Can get rid of the aggression and the war. And then probably the Cold War as well. Want to keep the H3 cards. So yeah, this is an easy defend. I guess he has enough military actions, so he doesn't plan on building anything. Yeah, easy defend. Fizzy will go with the... goes with the Spaceflight Engineering Genius. Frotis goes for an infiltrate. Oh no, and can't defend. Missing one defend card, and that's Gandhi gone. That's a problem. Frotis uses all of his military actions for that. I mean, that's... I guess it's okay. We still have the air forces. I don't think that means we are necessarily out. I get maybe oil next turn. Air forces and another army. I mean, I would have liked to keep Gandhi, of course, but I'll have to concede this. That's also a lot of culture for Frotis, 9 culture for the infiltrate. For killing Gandhi is not bad, but yeah, was definitely a risk for him, spending so many military actions, and I could have defended, but I wasn't able to, so yeah, good job for him. And Frotis, after killing Gandhi, goes for more computers and takes the internet. That's probably gonna be a big internet with Sid Meier. Amount of progress doesn't look that good. I mean, it's okay, but I don't have the science to keep up with the new blue technologies coming out soon. And science could work. Let's see, the problem is now that I don't have Gandhi, I can't really go for the oil. I mean, I would love to go for oil, upgrade 2 times. That would be very great, but I mean, then I'm pretty weak. 19 strength, Slick can go for aggression, Blue can go for an aggression, Frotis can go for aggression, and wars, of course. So I guess I'll have to go for air forces. Yeah, so probably have to go at least for 1 air force. So I'm at 32. Then I'm out of aggression range at least. 2 territories are there somewhere, but yeah, overall, I mean, I stabilize my strength. I still have resources, and then I guess I just take reserves. Those can come in handy. And potentially I can even go for a war myself now that I don't have Gandhi anymore. My culture production is still looking okay. I'm far behind Frotis now, but the culture in general is also pretty close. The problem is Frotis has a lot of resource production and a wonder and more culture production, so Frotis is definitely looking quite strong. He also has air forces, so he doesn't have to be afraid of that. So Slick will probably get these air forces, and then Fizzy will be the one without any air forces, but he can, with the cannons, go for other tactics, so it's gonna be... I mean, he doesn't have population, so maybe there's potential there if it were a war. But I probably need 2 turns to set that up. I could maybe go for multimedia. I could potentially upgrade these printing presses with the efficient upgrade if I get more science. And then I could still go for oil, but that's pretty late now. That's also not great with the import of industry. The Red Cross is interesting, but I just don't have the food right now. I need my population. I guess I could. Let's see what the other guys have food. Slick and Frotis have enough food to build a stage, so I could grab this. Grab reserves. But I still need my air forces, so I would have to destroy something like a printing press to go for an air force. And then I have, with the reserves, I have enough to finish the Red Cross. I would get 3 stages of that. The only other one is Hollywood. I could potentially go for Hollywood, especially if I go for multimedia as well. I have the Opera 2. Yeah, but I don't think I like this. I need also my food, I think, for more population. I could go for input of science, maybe. Slick doesn't look like he's going to upgrade his science production too much. Then he could go and switch into computers if he wants to. He's definitely going to go for democracy next turn, getting more culture production. And he doesn't have population to go for computers, really. Yeah, he doesn't have any free population, so I don't think he will. Fizzy is at 6. I'm at 5, so if I get multimedia, I could go for input of science. Maybe I have to try that. Maybe I have to risk it. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. That's a lot of culture for only playing it. And then developed territory comes out. I can bid for this, but only the 6. Don't expect to win it. If I do, that would be very great. I definitely need the science, but I don't think I really have a big chance of this. Also, I have a problem. If I send the rifleman, I can't rebuild rifleman and air forces. Missing one resource, so I guess I'll have to send a knight. Then I could rebuild both. So I can only go for 5. I don't think it will be enough, but let's see. There was the colony, and Slick wins it for 10 plus. Let's see, yeah, just one knight, a lot of cards. So he loses a lot of strength, but I don't think this really changes much. I mean, I could theoretically think about not going for air forces, but yeah, then there's Frotes, so... I mean, maybe he doesn't go for an aggression. Maybe he thinks I mean, one defend card is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 29, so he can speculate on winning an aggression. I think that's too dangerous. And the problem is, even if I go for the oil here, even with this, I don't have enough for Air Force next turn, which I think is the bigger problem. And this is pretty nice going with the oil. There's also a wealthy territory. There's input of industry. Maybe I should risk this. Going with the oil, a lot of resources. That maybe stops people from going for wars. I can just go for another army if I really need to. Promise I'm pretty far behind. Slick. Can't go for war and can't really go for an aggression. I draw 3 more cards, so that could be a defend card. Fizzy could go for war. He has the military actions for that. 15 resource plus patriotism. I mean, I have 15 resources. That's oh, that's not even enough for... I guess I do get 2 reserves as well with this. 2 reserves. Then I definitely have enough resources for another army. Could potentially even go for tanks and the shock troops, but I think that's too expensive then. And Frotes could go for war. I mean, let's see, Fizzy. Yeah, can go for war and 1 more rifleman, 2 more cavalrymen. He could do that. That's a lot of resources, but he definitely could. The problem is he doesn't have the population, so he would have to destroy 3 things. Maybe that's too early. So I don't think Fizzy would go for war. He doesn't have the population. I mean, it's probably 2 or 3 more turns when he has to destroy 2 iron and a scientific method for that. Or something. I don't know what he would destroy, but he can't get more population out. He doesn't even have reserves. So that's kind of expensive for him. And then even if he has... I mean, if he has modern army, then he can go for 2 cannons and a rifleman. And play the tactic. That's maybe then worth it, but still 3 resources gone. 3 population he has to destroy and put there. Probably means he doesn't finish the space flood, so maybe it's too early for him. I guess space flood isn't that good for him. Let's take a look at Frotes. 21 resources, air forces in hand, no population, so the same applies to him. So either he, I mean, he could just go for 1 air force. 1 air force is 5 plus 8, so another 13. 43. If I had the science for Air Force, this would be really good, but even like this, it is promising. With the amount of industry, that's a lot of culture as well, and then the extra resources that can allow me to go for other things if I don't need to go for the war. If only I had the science for the Air Forces. But I think I'll have to risk this here. I mean, culture-wise, I'm not behind too much. But I would really like the oil here. If I don't go for that this turn, it's going to be too late. Ah, it's such a tough turn. I think I already thought or discussed this turn a lot before I went for the politics, but I really want to risk the oil. I don't know if that's too greedy, but with Slick losing the strength from the colony, that changes things quite a bit. He can't go for an aggression now. I could defend, and I don't think Frotes will go for an aggression himself. I just need 2 defend cards. And I did just show if he's really looking at things that are bid 5, so I could think I have 1 defend card. But I could draw 1 more. I think I'm gonna and risk this. I think this... I mean, I'm the weakest, sure, but there's wealthy territory and some things I don't know. Mostly played by green. Who is the strongest? Could be something bad. Could be things like refugees, political strength, international negotiations. Yeah, those are basically it. I mean, crime wave a little bit, but not too bad. Yeah, let's go for this. Go for this, hope to draw a defend card. I mean, 15 resource, 12 production is pretty nice. A war is not helpful, I don't think. Maybe, but I don't think so. Input of colonies is also not good, so pretty bad draw. Can also not use the modern infantry, so that was a pretty bad draw. And Slick goes for democracy, grabs Air Force and military theory, as well as multimedia. Yes, 27 resources here now. Fizzy will also go for democracy, revolutionary idea, and reserves, and rockets. He has a lot of civil actions still, and prepares for modern army. Protest opens refugees, that's not nice. Mechanized agriculture, upgrade 2 times, no once. I mean, he's preparing for good impacts. He's looking strong here. Let's see, can I play any of these impacts? Colonies looking pretty bad. Progress. I mean, I guess I can grab civil service maybe. Then I could go for that. But I guess I need my science for the Air Force, most likely. But I want to play something. Maybe get the wealthy out there. So when someone gets weaker, I don't have to be as afraid. Yeah, if I had still Gandhi, if I had not lost him, this would be looking a lot easier. I wouldn't have. Then I could concentrate on culture protection. Like this, I still have to be afraid of wars all the time. But let's go for input of progress. That's 3 culture for playing it. Political strength. No, not the one that I wanted. Slick draws extra cards. I don't draw any now. That's not the one that I wanted. I have 3 impacts in there. So that's nice at least. How's the input of science looking? Not so good anymore. Let's see, I have to destroy something. Could just be the iron. Could also be a knight. And then rebuild the knight. I can't go for Air Force this turn anyway. Potentially I could go for Red Cross. Yeah, the problem is I still have to be afraid of war. Slick can go for war and then military theory. Don't know if he will do that, because I can defend with the Air Force. As long as I can do that, maybe it's fine. Civil service here would be great if there's if there's no war. Multimedia could also be really good, but that's also really expensive. Yeah, 8 resources, I can't spend that much. If I had urban growth or something, then maybe I also have to grab. I mean, Slick has the military theory in hand already. Fizzy has strategy, Frotas. I guess I would be taking away the military theory from him, but he can also go for air forces. The revolutionary idea is not looking bad. And then I guess I don't get a wonder. There's no wonder left besides the Hollywood. Hollywood would work, but I don't know. Could go for multimedia, try to get better in the input of science. If there's no war next turn. Like this I need 22 science, I have not enough. I have 20. So why do I even grab the civil service? I mean, or the revolutionary idea. Maybe I don't have to grab that one. Could just upgrade this still. It's still a lot of culture from the input of industry. And then I could grab multimedia. So either go multimedia or air forces or civil service, depending on what happens. And then I can take one of these wonders. Maybe the Red Cross. That's 2 civil actions only for me. Slick can build 1 stage. Fizzy with reserves can build 1 stage. If he wants to, Frotus can build 1 stage. Then I finish that for 2. I still get more culture than the other guys and the 4 culture for the colonies. There might even be more colonies. I think I don't need the revolutionary idea. That doesn't really give me much more. And then see if the guys... I mean, if Slick wants to go for the Red Cross, then he can't increase population. Fizzy will have to spend his reserves, so I think this is fine. It's still going to be more culture for me than the other guys, and it only costs 2 civil actions to take. Usually it's pretty bad to grab the Red Cross if you don't get a lot of stages, because it's an H3 wonder and usually takes a lot of civil actions, but we only have 1 wonder. So maybe the Red Cross is a good idea here. Yeah, and then end the turn. Age will be over by next turn, so this is the last chance for these guys to war. I don't know if I'm prepared for that, but I have air forces and a lot of resources as well as reserves. And then guess I'll have to destroy a lot of things to maybe go for 2 armies and an air force. I have the military actions for that. Don't have the civil and the resource, but yeah, I have some potential. It would be a lot easier if I had Gandhi, then I wouldn't have to be afraid. But Frotus had to kill him. Damn. And Iconoclasm hits. Everybody loses this. Besides, Frotus doesn't lose his guy. Marlene for Slick. Won't play her. Goes for Hollywood. Okay, can finish that next turn. Has enough resource, but at least no aggression, no war. Fizzy will go for an aggression. And I can just barely defend. I mean, then I can't again defend against Frotus, but... And what is this? Occupy. I guess Occupy would be okay. The problem is I also can't defend against Frotus. Like I can only go up to 29, so Frotus would win an aggression. So I guess I just defend this one. Yeah, Sack's losing all the cards. But there's not going to be war from Fizzy, not from Slick. Frotus, yeah, sure he can go for war, but he could also just see the opportunity for a good aggression. And then next turn maybe I can go for Air Force and avoid any more aggressions. So yeah, definitely going to defend this one. Fizzy goes for Einstein, the religion and agriculture. And let's see, Frotus will go for war. H4 starts, and no war, but an aggression from Frotus. Deals 7 culture from us. Kind of rude. Goes for military theory. He's looking good with the impacts and good internet. And there could still be a lot of aggressions. I don't draw any cards. I have not a single card in hand. So it would be great to get some strength up. Let's see, I'll have to skip the politics. I have a lot of resources. I could finish the Red Cross. But as I said, I probably want Air Forces. And if I go for Air Force, I'm at 32. Means I still can't defend against Slick. That is actually because I have 0 cards in hand, I still can't defend against him. And I still have an Uprising. Still have this Red Cross I probably want to finish with one. I mean, I can get 1 population, maybe. Let's see here. So I can get food, 14 food. Can build one of the operas, and then I could build 2 stages of the Red Cross. And I'm missing some civil actions for the Air Forces. Or do I just ignore my strength? I mean, I can't defend against Slick anyway. Fizzy. And it would be nice to be able to defend against Fizzy. With industry and science. The science is looking... Slick can maybe go for multimedias. Yeah, probably also multimedias for his Hollywood. Then the science won't give us anything. And if I can't defend against aggressions, I could just destroy these. And go for... I mean, then I have options. If I just decide to ignore the military completely, could be bad for some impacts, but then I can go for civil service. That is good for other impacts. Destroy a knight. Go for 1 opera. Play the reserves. Finish this thing. That's a lot of culture. Then I still have something left. I can destroy one of these if there's variety. You're down to 6 strength, but I mean I can't defend anyway. I can only, with the efforts, I can only defend against Fizzy. And more than that is not possible, I think. Or not good. And then hope that they have better impacts than aggressions. And then with the last thing I could either go for another oil, but that tells the other guys what's going on. I could go for another opera. Up to 13 production. I mean, with the impact of science, I could go this. I could also think about multimedia. A lot of options if I go that route. With multimedia, I don't have that many civil actions. Let's probably upgrade these. Go up to 9 science production. That could be very good for a bit of science. Fizzy, 13 resources, engineering genius. Yeah, he can't really get more science, so then I would be pretty good with the input of science. Then destroy knight. Finish this thing. So this is not a bad option as well. I mean, the civil service is pretty good for the input of progress. So that alone is 6 culture. I miss out on the civil service. But I get more. I get like 10 from the input of science now. I've had some more science, 5 more science, and then go for civil service as well. That would be great. Yeah, this is a tough turn, but it's the last one, so... So either the culture player, I mean, can I go for strength with the air forces, destroy this, and I don't know, this. And then if I go for one more, I can defend. And I have to destroy one more thing. Or maybe the farm. So I could go up to 37. Then there's not going to be any aggressions, but I lose the input of science. I can build 2 stages of this and play reserves for starvation. Then at least there's not going to be any aggressions. There could be input of strength. I mean, aggressions hurt a lot if they have impact aggressions of armed intervention. Those would really suck, but there's only 3 of them. Plunder and raid don't matter too much, I think. And all I do... I can't quite do this. I need the food anyway. Yeah, possibly, I don't know. This could be an option as well. At least I have a very good input of industry. That's a lot better than the other guys. There's no way I catch up to Protest. Slick gets... Hollywood has 32 resource, so he goes for multimedia. Doesn't have population, so maybe also just starts destroying things. With Marlene, with multimedia. And then he can go for the Hollywood. I have no idea where to take this turn. Civil service is 6 culture guaranteed from the progress. And I get all of these. It's another 6 culture that I get from the Red Cross if I finish it. And then ignore strength. They also have to have the aggressions. I guess that's relatively likely. And then I can go for this. And one more. I could go this, so then I'm at 8. 8 is not enough. It's enough against Fizzy. Let's see what will Fizzy do. 13 resources plus engineering genius, so he doesn't really have any resources left. So he can't upgrade his science, so I will win the input of science against him. And against Slick. I mean, with 2 multimedias, that's still only 6, so he's at... Oh no, 2 multimedias would be enough, but I don't think he has enough for that. That's 22, then he can't finish the multimedia, so maybe this is good for the input of science. Hope they don't destroy anything, like if they go for the raid. That would suck. That would really suck. And can keep these 2 for input of harmony maybe. And then go for satellites. I hope they have good impacts, and I think, okay, gotta get the impact out, then go for aggressions against me. All of it coming back to good old Ghani not staying for too long. And then if I do this, I probably take the satellites. Because there's, well, impact of progress that I don't want to give them. I mean, there's no way I win if I get stronger, I think. And these leave me some good impacts. Industry, science, not looking bad. Progress. I mean, I guess it's very likely that Slick and Fizzy will go for an aggression against me. Especially Fizzy has not that much culture. So stealing that from me is always a good option for him. But yeah, I think let's check one more time. With the Engineering Genius, he has 18 resources. He needs 16 for the space flight. So I don't really see that happening, that he finishes that and goes for more science. So if there's no raid, I should win the input of science or come in second. There's only one raid left, so the chances aren't that likely. And maybe they don't need resources. They say to themselves that they'd rather take the culture. I mean, it's not looking good. Right now I'm guessing I come either in last or maybe in front of Fizzy. He doesn't have a good impact of industry, and in general his impacts are not looking that great. Spaceflight is for 17 plus, yeah, one more thing probably. Or with the revolutionary idea he can get 16 science, so 2. So it will be on 23 plus 6 culture from Einstein plus production. I don't have the worst production either. Yeah, you know what? I think this is gonna be it. It's choose your poison, really. I could go for all strength and then lose to the impacts, or go for the impacts and then lose to the strength. Yeah, especially with the Wonder. Fizzy can catch up. I mean, I'm 77 to 110. This is 20 with Einstein 30. So he is basically at that what we have. So even if I get stronger, if I mess up my impacts, then... Okay, let's go for this. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. I can't copy a tactic. Oh, nice. Yeah. Sure. 2 extra strength. Don't know for what, but sure, take it. If only there was Garni, then at least Slick couldn't go for an aggression. And yeah, I've been saying that quite often. Let's end the turn here. 10 production, go to 120, and hope for the best. And Slick will go for an aggression, stealing 7 culture. Can go for some more dramas. And then probably the Hollywood as well. Yeah, 24 for him. And that's gonna be it. Let's see Fizzy. Not an aggression from him. And he opens the wealthy territory. I mean, I guess that's a pass. Yeah, that's a pass. If there's harmony, I need all the guys I can. So yeah, just pass. If someone wants it, Fizzy wants it himself. Giving some resources. Yeah, sure, you can still use them probably. So, not bad for him. Maybe he has a knowledge of this. A bit of colonies. But I guess probably not. Who knows? At least no aggression. That's a good start. It could get close between me and Fizzy. The promise is spaceflight. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. So Fizzy wins the territory. I think no one else wanted it. Means he can go for strength. I mean, with the extra resource he needs most still for this, but can improve on some impact, so it's definitely nice for him. Maybe that colony was not that good for him, that he maybe overtakes us. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. Ferrotes, input of science, that's 10. Yeah, Fizzy didn't upgrade science production, so 10, 5. I mean, now it's at 23 to 25. Oh boy. And we still have industry, and the industry is going to be really good for us. Internet is really good for Ferrotes. Yeah, he has 1 with the production at 180. Let's see, harmony 20, 20, 12, 8. That's 4 that we miss. Culture 15, 10, 5, 0. Ooh, I thought we had better impacts. And there's still industry. Yeah, there's industry 9, 6, 4, and 15. So same culture. 3 impacts left. Balance 18, 18. That's a lot. 6, 8, and 12. We overtake Fizzy. Nice, nice. Strength. Oh no, not the strength. That 1 left. 1 left. I need 6 or 7 points. Progress 14, 16, 10, and 12. It's not gonna be enough. Missing out on 4 points. Yeah, damn. Input of strength. So yeah, congrats to Frotes, congrats to Slick, and of course Fizzy for, yeah, again, very close game. Similar to the last game. I was also fighting for 3rd place, which of course is not great, but I think in this game I know what went wrong with the aggression. I mean, maybe before that it wasn't looking quite as good, because I had to go for Gandhi. But yeah, without the aggression from Frotes, it would have been a lot easier. So yeah, another 4-player game and not a great result. Congrats to the other guys, and let's check out what this means for the tournament. So after this terrible disappointment, we can see that Frotes is back on top. If you remember, after 3 games he was on the last position, and yeah, now he's on spot number 1 and still has 1 game to go. So that's gonna decide the final standings in the top 3. We see Frotes with 20, Kofefe with 19, and Termos with 18 points. Don't want to count out Silent either. He has only 5 games completed and 16 points. I'm out of contention for the top. It's gonna be a battle between the first 4 are gonna battle for the top 3, I guess, and then our bottom 3 is gonna fight over the relegation places. Because, well, Fizzy is out. Fizzy is out. He only got that 1 point, so he's 7 games completed and 7 points. That is not enough to stay. So he's definitely gonna D-rank, and that's either gonna be me or Slick. The next game, I think, is gonna be versus Slick, my last 4-player game, and then he also has another game that I can't influence, of course, because he still has to finish 2. I only 1, and there's only 1 point difference between us. So his position is better at the moment if you just look at the points, because on average he will get more than 1 point from that extra game that he still has. But it's going to be really, really exciting. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Maybe you learned a little bit. Maybe you can show me what mistakes I maybe made. I'm always interested in what you guys have to say. This will be all for this video, and the next one, the final video of this International Championship and the final standings, of course, are going to be revealed in the next video. See you guys.